Hi guys, welcome to the Diving Pod. My name is Sheila.
My name is Lydia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing, for liking our videos, commenting. Guys, 600 subscribers.
Man, 1 to 600. I was just thinking about it today. I was like, if those people gathered outside our house,
600
that's
of them.
a lot of people.
I know.
Bless you guys.
How exciting. Thank you so much. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So
Please
if you have
share.
a friend that you have told about the Diving Pod and they haven't subscribed, tell them to subscribe.
Please.
But thank you so much for being here. This is our first shoot for 2024.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We wish you all the best this year. We pray that all your dreams come true, all your desires. I hope you achieve everything that you want.
Exactly.
You guys have watched a few videos from us this year, but this is like our first shoot. Yeah. We are so excited. We are so pumped. We know the year is going to be great. We are trusting God for so many big things,
Amen.
And if we win, you guys win as well, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So today we are going to talk about something that's, related to the previous year and this year. What are we talking about?
We're talking about the things that we're living in 2023.
That's right. The things we're just kind of like, you know what? We are not about this business.
Yeah.
We are no longer these people.
Yeah. We're changing.
Yep.
So let's dive right in.
Well, Lydia, what's something that you're leaving behind? Like personally, you. What's the thing you're leaving behind?
People pleasing. I know, like it seems like it's very, I don't know, it's something that everyone is talking about, and people are like, oh, you know what, I want to stop being a people pleaser, but it's not easy, right? Yeah. Because if you want to stop being a people pleaser, you have to set boundaries and stand on business, you know what I mean? So I feel like people pleasing is something that I'm living, bro. Let me tell you.
Tell me.
There's this time,
I want to laugh too.
There's this time, this is just an example, guys. This is beyond. This is when I knew people pleasing and me, we cannot be on the same sentence. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
So we had a trip, like we had a little girl trip, and you were not there.
Okay.
You remember? You were not there. We were going to a state in somewhere
just say the state.
South Australia.
Yeah, South Australia.
And we had gone with one of we were like a girl group, and we were like, oh, there were some of our friends who were already living there. So it was a friend's birthday, and we said, you know what? And I actually decided, I was like, you know what? I want to take one of my friends to South Australia for her birthday. I was like, we can. Then why not? Let's go.
Yeah.
So I called up that friend of mine, and I was like, yo, I want you to ask for leave for these days and these days. Let's go to South Australia. It's something that I really wanted, and she wanted too, right? Yeah. So while I was planning, there's this other friend of ours who heard about our plans. And at first she was like, oh, so you're not inviting me? Anyway, that's fine. Fine, if you don't want to invite me, that's fine. I'll not even go anyway. You guys go and you guys have fun. To be honest, we didn't even want her in the trip. So we were like, oh, thank God. So all our friends at the ones that were waiting for us in South Australia were like, cool. So she's not coming. Okay, fine. Because this girl is very dramatic. Guys, there's this girl in the friend group who is always with the drama, who is always very difficult and with the drama. But because we were trying to be as drama-free as possible.
And accommodating.
Yeah. We were like, yeah, if she said she doesn't want to go, then good. Let's just keep it under wraps. Let's not talk about it for a while. And then literally a week before we leave, she's like, yo, I've changed my mind. I'm coming. And none of us had the guts of saying no. And we were just like, yeah. And we looked for a different. I'm telling you, the chats in that group were like, why? Everyone was just texting. Why? Why is this happening? Why is she coming? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't want the drama. If you guys want the drama, you tell her. You tell her no. But we didn't want her there, not because, of anything, but because of the drama that would kind of ensue if we were there.
Yeah.
Anyway, she ended up coming, right? And I remember all the time we were together, we used to remind each other, like, us without her, like, you know, guys, this trip is ours too. We need to have fun. So, yeah, it wasn't like, it was a good trip, but it was a trip that we kept reminding ourselves, you know what, this is our trip too, even us.
Is that because she was trying to control everything around?
Yeah, she was like, I need the itinerary. I need to know what we are doing from A to Z. I'm like, bro, this is supposed to be like a girl's trip. We're just supposed to be like doing whatever. And we work all the time. We were supposed to be resting, sleeping in, waking up whenever, going out as we like. But she wanted us to be like, you know, you need to tell me what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I just remember after that trip, I was talking to this girl it was actually her birthday, which she enjoyed, but not to the fullest.
Yeah, I know what
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like we were just talking, we were like, yeah, we need to change this. We really need to change this. Our no is our no. And no is a full sentence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you don't, especially like, imagine somebody just interrupting your enjoyment. People pleasing is not good, people.
Yeah, it's not worth it because
it's not.
Your whole trip literally was turned into something else.
Exactly.
But if you are like straight up and be like, look, as we've made our plans, I'm sorry.
I know.
You can come another time, or we're just cool. We're not going with you. Or so. It's hard. Like,
exactly, it is.
Even just thinking about it, like you're telling someone, no, you can't come. Like naturally, people will find ways to tell someone things like that. But I think
there are some people, it doesn't matter how you say it, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you say it. They'll just be angry. And she was one of those people. Yeah. So, honestly,
you suffered the cost.
Exactly. And I feel like from then on, I was like, bro, I'm going to be black and white.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't like it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, guys, if you are in that space where you have a friend and you feel like you cannot tell, just tell them, man.
Or even if you're in any situation where you're not comfortable, speak up.
Yeah.
A lot of people sit in uncomfortable situations just because they're scared, or their answer is always, yeah, sure.
Yes,
like,
I know.
I'm that person too, but like now I feel like I can remove myself very well. Like I can just be like, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I think since I had my daughter, I don't give two fucks.
Yeah.
Like
I
don't care.
I like that.
I don't care what you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because life is what it is. Like I have other things to worry about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if I don't want it, I just don't want it.
And thank God for your daughter, because I feel like I learned how not to be like a people pleaser because of you. You remember, like I used to call and I'm like, you know, this is happening. You're like, just say no.
Yeah.
Just say no. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that we've all learned.
Yeah.
Thank God for Tori.
Yeah. Leave that in 2023. Leave that in 2023. Don't
be
look,
black
let me
and
tell
white.
you something. The same people you're trying to protect their feelings, they will not care when it comes to your turn.
Exactly.
That's one thing.
So
Let me
true.
tell you. This is how I used to think, right? I used to think that if I do something nice to you, you will automatically
reciprocate. Bro,
that's what I used to think.
No.
And I remember I used to work for this company when I was new in Australia, and I used to, like, the manager would come and say, oh, Sheila, I'm short-staffed for the afternoon. Can you stay back? And guys, I will be like tired, like dead tired. I really want to sleep. And I'll be like, yeah, sure. Because I was that person, right? Even though like I'm getting money in this instance, but still my answer, I really wanted to say no, but I'm like, this is my manager. This is someone who gives me shifts. Like I need to please them so that maybe, you know, I can be considered all the time. And I'm there going, yeah, sure, no. And sometimes he would even like approach me apologizing already, being like, I'm so sorry to do this to you. I'm so sorry, but I really need someone for this afternoon. Can you stay back? Or even like tonight, and it's like a triple shift, and I'm like, sure, yeah, sure, no problem. And I'll be smiling. But deep down, I'm like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're yelling no, but you're like, yeah.
And this is what happened. Someone else got hired. Like they hired an extra person, and they gave them like the weekend shifts. No, weekend shifts here we have penalty rates, so they kind of gave them like the weekend shifts. And I was actually literally going for my placement, so I needed the weekend shifts to pay for my rent and whatever while I'm on placement.
Exactly.
And this manager, who I have been saying yes to everything, literally just takes those shifts off and gives to this new staff because she said she's only available then
during the weekend.
And that, like it didn't make sense to me. I was so heartbroken. It was like someone.
Gosh.
It was like someone I had. It was like I don't know that pain. I was like. In my mind, I was like, I've been saying yes to you. I've been covering the shifts. I've been doing triple shifts. Like, why are you not reciprocating? So whenever you feel yourself being a people pleaser, remind yourself this. They are not going to try and please you.
Exactly.
Remind yourself.
Exactly.
They are not going to try and think of you like, oh, we don't want to hurt Sheila's feelings. They're just going to be like, no.
Nah. Yeah.
And you'll be like, huh? So yeah, that's how I stop people please. Because I realized, bro, just because I choose you doesn't mean you'll choose me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. I'm telling you.
It's too much to unpack.
I know.
But guys, leave that in 2023.
Yeah, high note. What about you? What are you living in 2023?
I think for me, personally, what I'm living in 2023 is sacrificing myself. I find that I really sacrifice myself a lot. And this is not something that, say, I'm just realizing now. Probably it was something I was living in 2022, but it kind of just
You've
crawled.
been living since.
I have.
Every year.
Every year I've been living, I've been like, I'm not doing it anymore.
And then you're like,
I'm not doing it anymore. And then I'm like, oh,
yeah,
sugar, I'm doing it again. And then again and again. But for me, just sacrificing myself, and if I can kind of explain that further, it's like when you give more than you have. You know, it doesn't have to be financial. It could be emotionally. It could be, you know, socially.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's almost close to people pleasing because you're trying so, like you're giving what you don't have, you know? Don't do that. Let me tell you something. It's the worst thing you can do for yourself.
No.
If, for example, you're living in like a cheap house, right? For example, so you can give someone money. For instance,
I see what you mean.
That's to me, that's sacrificing yourself.
That's true. And yet you can afford a better home, better living.
Say I can afford
conditions.
Say I can afford a $600 house a week, right? Comfortably,
right?
No strain. And then, but because I want to give someone money, I start living in a $200 house because I'm trying to save the $400 to give. Does that make sense, honey? That is sacrificing yourself. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
The reason why you shouldn't do it is, number one, you should prioritize yourself.
Exactly.
You know, like you should, there's no argument here. Like, always prioritize yourself because nobody cares about you. And if things were to go south, people will remind you, they'll be like, but see, you had money. Like, why didn't you do these things for yourself? Always give the surplus. If you live well, you're eating well, you've got your holiday money, you've bought yourself whatever you wanted by yourself, and then you have some extra money and you want to give out, you want to help,
that's fine.
But if you're living off with Bix and milk for breakfast, dinner and lunch, so you can give out your money, honey,
no,
it's not worth it. And it's really going to be so painful when people turn around and throw words around like, you know, who asked you, you know?
Yeah, or it's not enough.
Yeah, I see students here. They are, you know, they just boycott their classes and they go to a party because someone is having a party interstate. And you have exams on that week, you have assignments to submit, and you decide, no, it's my friend. You're sacrificing yourself and you're going to a party interstate because you want to make your friend happy and you just want to have fun. You're sacrificing yourself, honey.
Yeah.
You are, because why not prioritize yourself? Be like, nah, you know, I've got to do uni, it's important, I've got to do this fast. And, you know, when you come back, we can catch up, we can make up for that birthday, day, whatever.
There's always time to party.
That's me. So I'm not sacrificing myself this year for nobody, honey. Ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
No.
I like that.
I hope you hold me accountable.
I will.
But yeah, it can happen like along the way. I can tend to forget, but I'm very intentional about it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I want to leave procrastination. And I know there's a whole nation of procrastination. You are there with me, people? Hey, procrastinating is hard to leave behind, bro. Because it's easy. It's so easy to say, you know what, that email, I'll reply tomorrow. Yeah. You know, that assignment, I'll do tomorrow. Or anything. If you need to even take your car to the mechanic, it's as simple as that. Saying, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow.
I know.
Procrastination is easy and it's comfortable. It's beautiful.
When you say that, it's like my daughter now, when I say, Mommy, can I make your hair? She say, no, Mommy, do hair tomorrow.
She's already
That means no.
procrastinating.
I said, do you want to eat your dinner? No, mommy, eat tomorrow. Whenever
Hey.
she wants to say no to anything, it's
Tomorrow.
only tomorrow.
Oh
It's
my
so cute.
goodness.
But yeah, you
Yeah.
know why I'm laughing too? It's because I feel like we are in week what? Week 2 or 3 of 2024?
Yeah.
And the amount of procrastination I have done.
And me. At the beginning of the year, I was like, you know what? I even told you my goals. I haven't
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
Well, most of my goals just begin with a phone call. Most of them. It's just a phone call that I need to make to like confirm something or book something. Not done it. It's sad. It's so
have
sad,
to
but
be
I need to
intentional.
change. Yeah. I need to leave that in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hold me accountable.
It's terrible. Procrastination is bad. Like I have so much that I need to do. And sometimes I find myself just sitting there free. I'm telling myself, tomorrow I'll find time, right? I'm procrastinating here, right?
Already.
When I get to tomorrow, I find myself free. I can do what I need to do. And I'm just like, I'm so tired. I'm going to use this time to rest.
Wow.
And then I just end up moving everything forward and then nothing gets done.
It just hit me that
it's crippling. Whew.
it just hit me that when we were talking, and then I'm like, and me. That's direct translation. Namimi.
And me. And that's funny. We need to look for your English teacher to give us the money back.
Well,
And even
yeah.
school fees.
My dad right now, I'm sure he's on the floor.
Another
laughing.
thing we've always talked about here, and we will talk about it all the time, is the drama. Now,
Oh, drama.
yeah,
Hey. 2023, please.
Stay
Shut
away.
the doors.
yeah.
Go away.
No.
The drama, no more.
We
No
are
more.
not dramatic, by the way, but we try and avoid drama as well. So yeah, it's one of the
If
things.
there's
we leave
any
behind.
drama in 2024, just know
In
we are
any
dodging.
area of your life, could be family. It doesn't have to be like, when people talk about drama, it's either friends beefing or whatever.
Right.
It could be family. It could be just family drama. There's always drama everywhere. So just
Exactly.
that's not about us this year.
Yeah, no. Even work drama. Even at the office, please. No drama, please. Thank you very much.
For me, another important one is financial decisions. And
Preach. Preach for everybody.
I don't want to say, I didn't make any, okay, maybe I could have made better financial decisions, but
Right.
I didn't make any bad financial decisions.
Exactly.
That's part like me. But I want to leave like any bad financial decisions behind. Like I just
Exactly.
don't want to make any, I want to make better financial decisions this year, I'm this person who lives for today. I'm like,
And
bro, yeah, I'm like, today we are living now, like I'm not this person who I plan for the future and whatever, but I'm not overly dramatic about it.
Right.
There are people who their lives can stop because they are planning. I'm always like, bro, I'm living now. I need to be comfortable now. I need my quality of life to be good now.
Yeah.
As I plan for the future.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, financial. What are you gonna do about your financial decisions this year, Miss Lydia?
Like you said, I don't think I also did any, like any bad financial decisions last year.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was playing it safe in 2023.
Okay.
Like I didn't do any bad financial decisions.
Yeah.
But the good ones, I did them, but I was limiting myself fully because I was just afraid of the risk.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But I feel like with great risk comes great rewards.
100%.
So I feel like for me in 2023, in 2020, let me just say, I'm living cautiously.
Yes.
In terms of money.
Yeah.
In 2023.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice. We're gonna spend the
year?
money. We're gonna chop. No.
Well, chopping.
Yeah. Chopping money, spending money, isn't it?
Hey, that's a bad financial decision that I'm starting
okay.
with.
Sorry.
We are not chopping. Not all the way. We
Okay.
are chopping.
Same.
Same but different.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Another thing I think everyone should be leaving behind is limiting self. I find myself having ideas
Okay.
And then I put them out there, like I share them with you. And then I leave them too long because I'm telling myself, I'm sleeping on it, I'm thinking about it.
Right.
And then the thinking about it turns into overthinking.
Oh, yeah.
And I find overthinking causes you to start seeing too much disadvantage.
The negatives.
Right. The cons. You're just like, oh, but if, like, which is not a bad thing. But when it's gotten to a point of overthinking, you're no longer seeing anything positive. You're no longer seeing any, what's the word?
Anything
hope.
come to.
Like there's no hope in this idea of yours, you know? So you're like, you now start panicking and then you start limiting yourself, you know? So for me, last year, I limited myself so much. Like I just had these ideas, but I'm like, oh, but, what if? And then I end up not implementing them. And therefore they just kind of stay there as ideas.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's like good on you for noticing that, because I feel like most people don't realize that they have good ideas. They overthink the ideas and then they just discard the ideas.
Yeah, no.
You can have so many good, brilliant ideas, but because you're overthinking constantly and seeing the negatives, that all these very good 17 ideas that you have end up being 17 bad ideas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like if you notice that trend,
that
means you have to change the way you're thinking and looking at things. Because
and the way you move,
every idea is bad.
That's true. Yeah, and I feel like knowing that, if I have an idea, I will not, like I'll just think about it, share it, say with you or my partner, and then just actualize it. Like and then I'm telling myself, if it fails, at least I always clap for myself. That's it.
Yeah.
Like that's it. But if I hold on to it like just a little bit longer, 2 more days, that's it. I'm like, no, I'm scared. I'm too scared now. So yeah, we're not about that in 2024.
No.
We have an idea. We talk about it, we implement it.
Yeah, we actually.
If it fails, we tried, okay? And for you as well. If you have anything you've always wanted to do, you know, it could be a business idea. It could be enrolling. You just do it.
Just do it. Nice.
Lydia, you're so funny. This woman. Yeah, you know. Yeah, so do it. Just do it. Let me just say, just do it.
Yeah, just do it, bro.
Yeah. It feels funny because it's a Nike thing.
I know.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah.
One last thing I would say is comparison. I feel like it's something that we have to battle throughout our lives. But bro, let's be intentional about leaving comparison behind. You have to realize that everyone is in their own journey, in their own lane. Everyone will, the same experience, it's the same way. You can have the same parents but have very different experiences.
100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it can never be the same. So comparison is something that you really need to leave behind. You really need to leave behind. Like I remember like sometime last year I was comparing myself to one of my siblings. I was like, you know how she's made it, and me, you know when she was 28, she was here and here. And I was like telling myself, me, I need to be here. But at the end of the day, you realize that her experiences and mine are very different. And there are things that are a big win for me that sometimes she looks at and she's like, wow, I wish that was me. But then that comparison doesn't really help. You know what I mean?
No.
It doesn't. At the end of the day, it's a thief of joy. You end up thinking,
thief of all joy.
I wish, but it's not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Just leave it behind.
To add on what Lydia just said, I also think it's important for everyone to realize, like, everyone is on their own time. Your time is coming. Like, like she said, her sister or your sibling could have made it at a certain time, but that's not your time. She's on her own time, you're on your own time.
Exactly.
Just do what makes you happy. And let me tell you something, the people you're comparing yourself with and self-loathing, is that the word? They are actually probably admiring you.
Secretly,
they could be also thinking, wow. Hey, Mama Tori.
It's funny you said that, because that's like when I was talking to one of my siblings, the one that I'm talking about, she was like, oh my God, that's crazy. Because I thought Like I was looking at you and I was like, oh my God, I wish I was like that. So at the end of the day, you realize that people want
everybody
what you
has
have.
their own win. You know, my win at this time could not be yours. And it's also important to note that there's a difference between like comparing yourself and being inspired by what other people are doing. You know, there's nothing wrong with me looking at Lydia and thinking, oh my God, I want to do this like Lydia.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, rather than be like, oh my God, I should be like Lydia.
And
I
being
am
miserable.
I'm such a loser. I should have been like this by her age. Look at me. You know, that's
And this
different.
age thing, I feel like we should leave that behind too.
Which one?
The way you're like, you know, most people are like, by 30, I should have a family, I should be married, I should have really 2 cars and a house. Bro, leave that behind, right?
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself.
Two cars.
2 cars, a house, babies, a man. You know what I mean? I feel like you should just realize that. Let me just take you to church here for a second.
Let's go.
We serve an on-time God.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Like if anything is happening in your life, good or bad, we serve an on-time God.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like when you got Tory because it was God's timing.
100%.
And that's it. And it's not about a plan or something. I feel like God just makes everything happen in his time.
Yeah. God will implement your plans in his own time.
Exactly.
You can have plans, but you know, you have to pray that he implements them.
Exactly.
And also, his time is just the best. I know they say that all the time, but trust me.
Right.
When, you know, my mom always says that, you know, like, whenever I talk to my mom, she says like, you know, sometimes we really force things. We want to force things. We want to force God. And we even get angry and we're like, why didn't this happen at a certain time? But then when they happen, say for instance you wanted to own a house and it's not happening. Finally, when you own a house, you realize, wow, if it had happened when I wanted, things would not be
exactly
good. But because God knew why he wanted it to happen now.
Exactly. You know? He aligns things.
I love that.
They make sense. They make sense when you look back. So
living for now. For me, what like, I want to leave behind not living for now.
I see.
What I mean by that is we are so consumed with a standard, right?
Exactly.
That you have to own a house, for example, the pressure online.
A baby.
You have to have an investment, like a big investment. You have to be driving this fancy car. You know, you have to be living in this suburb and whatever. And people are so, like, they're so focused on that, they are actually forgetting to live in the moment.
Exactly.
You know, you forget that you are so blessed. You know, my partner always says, never forget what you have now that you prayed for. Or
you have whatever you have now is what you prayed for.
Yeah, like never forget how badly you wanted what you have now.
Right.
That's what he says.
Right.
That all the time when I see, like, he's got that on his WhatsApp status, and every time I see that, I say to myself, oh my God, like, it's just good to be in the moment sometimes and be like, you know what, I'm so grateful that 10 years ago, everything I have now was a dream, you know? And if you realize that, you'll actually be able to you'll be able to soak in everything that you have now, to soak in the moment with your family, you know, appreciate yourself for your career advancement, education, the friendships you've made, you know, the circles you have, the challenges you have faced, how you have come out of them, you know, the grace you've given yourself, things like that. But if you're so focused on, I need to be there, honey, you're here.
You're missing out.
You're missing out on here.
Yeah.
What about here?
No.
Like, you need to look here. It's not bad to want better, right? But while you want better, you need to realize that everything you have now, you once wanted, you know? They were once a dream.
Exactly.
How about just appreciating everything you have for a moment, or just soaking up all the, you know, whatever is surrounding you, and then working for the future. So for me, I really want to be present this year. I don't want to, you know, kind of be lost in the hustle. and bustle of
Exactly.
life. I just want to really be present in everything I do. I try and be so present, but I want to be more intentional about it.
Wow.
So yeah, those are the things that we are leaving behind.
By 2023, you were good.
You are good.
When you lasted.
Yeah.
We lived, we learned, we laughed, cried. Yeah.
We are here.
We are here.
Grateful that we are here.
That we made it, 2024. Yeah.
Do you have something that you are leaving behind in 2023? Is there something? Get a notebook, write it down.
Yeah.
Write down the things I'm leaving behind for, depending on your situation in your life, where you're at.
Yeah.
Write them down, and then just always from time to time go back and look and think, how am I doing in this procrastination thing? How am I doing with this, self-sacrificing? And and let us know in the comment section what you're leaving behind.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.